start the show. Without further ado, I met this woman many years ago, and it's just so special to see how fast she's risen, and she is definitely going places. She's got a brand new track, Fearless, and that's exactly what she is. Everybody put your hands together for YVONNE DARCQ.
Hello, darling. How are you?
You look so great.
Thank you.
You're a sight. Oh, lovely. Mwah. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Have a seat, darling.
Thank you.
Fearless.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What an amazing track and video.
It's a wonderful start for me with my new brand.
Excellent. I know you have a brand new look, feel, approach to the industry.
Everything.
Let's go back. Han, you have been doing this for a number of years. You've always been a star. Where did you start?
Okay. Realistically, it started when I was a little kid. Yeah. And I would sing at home in front of everybody. Anyone would come in, I would stop them. And just throughout the years, it would just grow, and we'd do it with bigger audiences, with bigger family, when we'd go visit up country and stuff. By the way, yes, I am partly from Nakuru. Nice. So that's why I live most of my time between Nairobi and Nakuru. Okay. And yeah, it's just been going on. But my parents told me I started singing from the age of 2. So it's just been there naturally.
A lot of people ask, I'm sure, of where you're from, what your background, because I've heard some of your tracks and some of them are in French.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I am very many things.
You're a mix of everything.
I point 8 mix to be precise. And 5 are African. So there's Kenyan, South Sudanese, Congolese, Burundian, Rwandese. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. Okay. And then my dad's French, Dutch, and Belgian.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
amazing. I'm a proper nusu-nusu. My mom is black, my dad is white.
Okay. Yeah. But you're a child of the world.
Yes, exactly, precisely.
Excellent. Yes. Growing up and realizing that obviously you were made for something great and you had this talent, but now actualizing it, I'm sure, was something different. How did you start?
Well, my first single was recorded when I was 13, when I was in Vincent School, and it featured an artist called Fina, and she's called actually Vanessa Kaimi. Shout out, Vanessa. And we were just in school, and it was actually a gospel song, and we were in the school band, so we decided to write a song, present it to the teacher, the head of music, Mr. Mushimba, and then we recorded it, and it was later put into a compilation of other songs with other artists from Greensteads. Greensteads is in Nakuru, and it's actually known for being a very musically oriented and talented school in Kenya and even the world.
Yeah, amazing.
They know about it.
Right, so actually I remember you a number of years ago starting out and being so different in terms of your approach to music. What did you find in the industry, especially when you were just coming in, and how was that experience for you?
I mean, it was hard, it was tricky, and I think everybody has a different story. You know, I don't think it's easy for anybody, even if they made it overnight. It's still not easy because there's circumstances that follow behind it. But for me, it was a learning process. It was also understanding the industry here, also understanding the industry in the world, you know, and also trying to place myself. Yeah. And it was a battle because people were constantly trying to control me, trying to tell me where I was supposed to fit in, how I was supposed to sound, what I'm supposed to look like. And hence the point where I've reached now, where I've come up with my new brand and my new image, is because now I finally created myself and found myself. And I'm being courageous, fearless, and boundaryless.
That's amazing. I remember a track that you did with Victoria Kimani, and looking at both of you and everyone else in the industry, but specifically looking at both of you, it's very obvious that, especially in terms of your target, you guys are not just local. You do music for the international market, and it's so wonderful to see. Tell me a little bit about that ambition to take over. Basically,
at the end of the day, there's different artists, there's different stages, there's different levels that people want to be on. Mine is to get to the world as a Kenyan, East African female artist, trying to show the Western world that we have our own sound, our own image. So being international, you can be international from everywhere, but we are proudly Kenyan. We are proudly wearing our flag and creating an international statement that it doesn't mean you have to be Western to be enjoyable in the entertainment industry.
Yeah. use of language. I find it really nice when you mix up a lot of different languages in your
Yes,
music. Yeah.
and like for example, this new video has 5 different languages and 2 different chants. So I'm singing in Arabic, I'm singing in Lingala, obviously Kiswahili, which is basically the main stroke in the song. It's the main. It takes most of the song.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of it in it. Then there's French, there's a bit of English, and then there's Burundian and Zulu chants.
Amazing. United Colors of Benetton should hire you to do some stuff for them.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at this wonderful brand new track and video, and then you're going to tell us a little bit about your new everything. All right? The name of the song is Fearless, everybody, and I hope you are this morning. Take a look at YVONNE DARCQ doing her thing. Track. Okay, so this is your Fearless phase.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this. What happened? Why did you decide to sort of
reinvent? Finally, I got to where I needed to be. I mean, God opens your door, and once He decides to open it, no one can close it. So I had reached that point because when I did my last single, which was Duka, I took a break.
Yes.
I said after that, I'm not going to continue this way. I need to accomplish what I've always wanted to accomplish, which is I need management. And to accomplish that, I need a team. I need management. I need the full shebang, you know. So I took a break and I went on a soul search now to create the masterpiece of YVONNE DARCQ. And so I started looking on all sorts of directions for management. It took me some time, obviously, well, practically about a year. Not only that, I had to also look for ways to finance myself because I can't keep creating something and then disappearing and then coming back and creating it. The career has to be consistent.
Absolutely.
So I had to look for the whole ensemble to create myself, and that's when now I decided to release Fearless. I mean, I recorded Fearless in December last year.
Okay.
I just released the video. Nice. I shot it about a month ago, so it took me a good more than a year to look for what I needed to look for.
What did you find when you went looking, YVONNE?
I found a lot of wisdom, but also a lot of realization and a lot of wake-up calls, because there was a lot that I could identify of, there's that answer, and there's that answer, and there's... So it was a good journey. I mean, for me, everything that doesn't happen perfectly is perfect for me. Perfectly imperfect is what I find joy in. I find joy from my biggest mistakes, and accomplishing them is more valuable to me than just accomplishing anything, because you realize something and you opt to never do it again, you know. So I learned a lot on this journey, and then I decided to release Fearless as my first single because it is the new image. It is the new me, which is stepping out from not being controlled, not being told how to sound, what to sing, who to look like, but just being who I am. And this new brand of YVONNE DARCQ stands for this new African woman that is embracing and looking, so searching for the long forgotten African cultural traditions. So from the cooking, the style, the stories, the beauty, the instruments that people don't pay attention to anymore, and just the sound wave of even the dance routine, the African generation, because we are a festive continent, but we are slowly drifting from it. So I'm trying to bring all of that back. So there's a new image, there's a new style, and this woman is searching for that. So I stand for those modern new African women, but saying that we're not going to just westernize ourselves and be just like anybody else. We're going to wear us, which is from our clothing lines to our hair, to celebrate who we are. And I always tell people, hey, my hair, if I bought it, I wear it. This is my natural hair, but I do wear wigs, weaves, you name it, but it's me. I'm allowed to feel beautiful. I'm allowed to I'm allowed to feel fearless. Yes, you know, and fearless just basically stands for stepping out of that boundary where you are being blocked by yourself. You can't blame anybody. You can solely blame yourself. And once you start to understand that and accept it, which acceptance is always the first step, then you start to strive and you start to succeed. Then you look for your courage, and then you just fiercely become bold. Amazing.
Tell me a little bit about sort of surrounding yourself with people who support you and what you're doing. And your manager.
Yes, management is not easy. You know, you have to find someone who understands you, understands your style, understands what you stand for. Because at the end of the day, they're pushing your brand. And people always think managers are the ones who are supposed to handle everything financially. get this, managements are not record labels. Record labels would sign people and then finance you fully. A manager looks for somebody that they can work with, somebody who's aggressive at their work, who has that energy to look and strive for it. And that's how I found my managers with time. I had to convince them to understand. Listen, I'm Yvonne Darcq. I'm not just this singer or this pretty girl or this, what most people would look at, this pretty, she must have no brains type of girl. No, I'm very hardworking. I'm very talented. And I believe in myself. I believe in what message I am here to deliver. There's a reason why God keeps putting me in this situation and keeps telling me, honey, it doesn't matter how many times you go around, you'll still come back to it. And I had to convince them, listen, I'm also hardworking. So I'm also going to look where I can find finances as well to place myself and for my team to understand that. And that's when now they believed in me, and then we started working together, because understand, they have their own links. If an artist goes down, if an artist embarrasses themselves, you're destroying the manager, because the manager takes you on and puts their reputation on the line, just like you. So they have more to lose than you do. Even though your career would be over or whatever, whoever else they're representing, would go down as well. So you have to make them understand that you don't need diapers. They don't have to change your diapers, that you can change them yourself.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's about
that
supporting
you, exactly,
both,
that you can stand for who you are, that you can understand the obedience, and you will follow the obedience structure it takes to be an artist. The amount of people I worked with before that I placed to do the jobs, most of them didn't know what they were doing, and most of them would take me in the wrong direction. But my one true best friend, who everybody still thinks is my manager, but she manages a lot of other things, like, for example, my clothing line.
This is beautiful, by the way.
And so I'm coming up with that, and we'll talk about that just in a second. But you see, why I love her to death is because she told me, listen, Yvonne, this stuff is too damn hard. She's like, that's some other madness world I'm not ready to deal with. I can't take it. It requires too much of my personality, and it's going to swallow and consume me. I'm not that strong of a person, because I have to be as headhunting as you are. I have to be as fearless as you are. I have to be able to take on anyone and push anyone out of the way. And she's like, I can't do that. I'm not as aggressive as you are. You know? And she's like, I need you to learn all that stuff before you can acquire and find the right management for you, and before you can understand the worth of a management. And when she taught me that and told me, I actually think you don't need anyone right now. You need to find yourself, and you need to learn yourself and value yourself in order to find the right people for you. That's when I started waking up.
Amazing.
So I love her. I love you, Jackie. And
that's so awesome.
so basically I'm coming out with a clothing line.
Stand up, girl, as we take a break. All right, here, look at this. I'm even gonna move away. So this is African Yvonne Darcq.
This is the Darcq collection.
This is amazing.
And it's coming out starting next year from January.
You're going to hook me up?
Of course, even before then. Of course, I'll hook you up with my first sample.
This looks amazing.
This looks
amazing. So a lot of this bright colors, nice.
A lot of stuff. I'm also coming out with an accessory line. I'm coming out with a hair line, of course. Because when I'm an artist, I'm an actress, so I need different type of hairdos, styles, lengths, colors, cuts.
We love it.
Yes, and then there's other things that are coming out as well.
Guys, give it up for Yvonne Darcq right now. All right, amazing. You're so wonderful, honey. We can't wait to see what you're gonna do.
Thank you.
And are we expecting an album soon?
Not an album.
Slowly.
Not an album. A compilation probably soon enough. But be expecting the unexpected.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hook you up with my new boots that I'm coming out with as well, since I know you are sure about it.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. This is amazing. You've been so great. Thank you for being here and for encouraging all of us to be fearless and to take on our dreams.
Thank you. Always. Don't let anything stand in your way. Be who you are. Love who you are. There's only one person that made you, and it's God. Okay, not person. One mighty force that made you, and it's God. And you have to love yourself. In order for you to love other people, you have to accept who you are and what He blessed you with in order for you to succeed. It's simple. Power of positivity. Yeah? And power of prayer.
Excellent. All right, everybody. We take